Alô. Já usei esse título, eu sei, mas tem que realçar, entendeu? Tem que continuar dizendo que ela fala muito. Tá. Eu não lembro. A última vez tava salvando as crianças, né? Aí eu ouvi o fita pra caralho. Agora não tem mais fita nenhuma, porque eu ouvi todas. É isso? Acho que é isso por enquanto. Isso daqui tem coisa importante?
Please select a mission.
Tem.
Unit dispatched. Please select a mission.
Tá, eu vou fazer as douradas. Beleza. Daí, fazendo as douradas, daí eu libero mais coisas douradas. Dourada é importante. O resto aqui, bom, tirando esse daqui, é tudo repetido. Ó, tudo repetido, menos esse comando e controle. Eu vou aqui, extraordinário. Não tem nem fita. Ou tem? Tem?
He was working under my orders to investigate the extraordinaries that showed up in Cyprus. The man on fire and the floating boy that keeps showing up where they're not welcome. Apparently they were the subjects of some top-secret research conducted by the Kremlin. Unfortunately, that meant our informant drew the attention of the KGB's Directorate S, and they took him out before we could make contact. The good news is he placed a report in a film canister and hid it somewhere in Spookmate Keep. Just before he died, he transmitted VI of the hiding place to us, but the data was cut off partway through. The image is far from clear, but it might provide the clue you need. We'll be analyzing the data further to try to clear it up, but for now, get to Spookmate Keep. The KGB have already dispatched a Spetsnaz squad to retrieve that film canister and cover the whole thing up. Boss, there's no time to waste. Head to Spookmate Keep and use the VI as a clue to find and retrieve that target. Why was Sahelanthropus mobile? How are the man on fire and that kid connected to Skullface's plan? If we can just get that report, we can blow it all wide open. Then we can shake off the last remnants of Skullface and the phantoms he left behind.
Beleza. Cara, eu acho que eu vou vir pra cá, mais no meio.
To Afghanistan.
Acho que eu tô bem assim.
Deploying.
Extraordinário. O ordinário extra.
Boss, retrieve the film canister our informant hid in Spookmate Keep before he died. It contains vital information on Skullface's plan. For now, our only clue is the garbled photograph the informant tried to send us before the end. We're working on analyzing the data, but there's no time to wait. A KGB Spetsnaz squad is after the target as well. Boss, go to Spookmate Keep and use the VI to lead you
Nossa,
to
mas tá censurado.
It is paramount you retrieve the target before the enemy does. Be careful down there, boss.
Imaginei que ia ser aqui. É parte do puzzle. Ah, bom. Tá muito censurado ali, vai saber o que. A informação é um nude. Foda-se. Um nudizão ali. Eu tenho que começar a tomar cuidado com as Claymore. Eu não sei se. Não lembro como é que é o nome. Não é Claymore. Mas as minas. Anda tendo muita mina, velho. Ah, lembrei que lugar é esse. Não sei se está lembrado, mas aqui foi a primeira parte do jogo. A primeira da primeira mesmo. Que tava aqui ele e o Ocelot. Tem um homem ali. Tem um outro ali. Tem mais ali. What the fuck, tá tendo drop do Cult of the Lamb. Drop do Cult of the Lamb? É mesmo? É, conseguiu pros followers. Ah, ganho então um bichinho. Ganho um... Ele tá me seguindo. Ele tá usando o capacete mesmo esse daqui. Na perna? Eu caí. Nossa, deu tempo, velho. Eu tinha caído ali. Me deram sapinho de POG. Sério? Ah, que da hora. Eu não tenho o jogo, velho, senão eu pegava. O jogo é muito da hora. Cara, pra mim eu tô acertando a cara dele, mas não tô. Sério, pô, pior que é da hora. Gostei da ideia. Deve ser mó da hora, mó bonitinho ainda. Ah, já pegou? Ah, bom. Ah. Eles viram o Fulton, velho. na... Parece que é do outro lado. Tô sem meu iniciador.
Detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Caralho, Snake. Não consegue andar reto, não? Tá um... na frente do bagulho ali. O maluco não me viu, mano. Na minha cabeça era aqui. Ah, é aqui mesmo. Ué. Ah, aqui. Ué. Ué. Ou existe um outro vaso parecido com esse, exatamente encostado numa pedra parecida com essas? Tipo, olhando pela fotografia, na real, talvez eu esteja meio errado. Um sniper ali, né? Esqueci de... Talvez eu não esteja muito como estava na fotografia, eu tô enganado mesmo.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Eu vi mais gente agora.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Boa, veio mais gente. Cara, eu não sei ver fotografia. Plataforma pra dentro. Hum... Aquele monte de pedra. Caralho, mané. Cadê? Tô olhando pela fotografia e parece que é aqui. Ah. Treco quebrado ali. Tem esse monte aqui. Esse caminho pra cá. Pra cá? Ah, tá. Só ir reto pra cá.
Mission info has been updated.
Porra, dificuldade, velho.
Sandstorm approaching.
Eu ia falar que é pra você achar o vaso. Então, eu tinha achado o vaso, só que daí não era aquele vaso que eu tinha achado. Aí eu fiquei, putz. Entendeu? Aí eu fiquei já, que eu estou fazendo de errado? Mas não era, era o vaso errado aquilo. Obrigado. Acabou sendo mais demorado do que deveria. Provavelmente é um monte de fita, né? Que eu acabei de pegar. Muito provavelmente um monte de fita. Ah, com certeza é. Vai ser trocentas fitas agora. Todas de 10 minutos.
Development project has been
Nossa, derrubei o microfone, foi mal.
Mission complete. Great work.
B de bom trabalho. Ó, heroísmo, eu tô com 52 mil. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Relatório do informante, que é o que a gente acabou de pegar. E obviamente não é mais importante do que os hambúrgueres do caça. Obviamente.
side ops list
Boss,
updated.
I've updated the mission list.
Mission list
We received a
updated.
new job offer. The details are on your iDroid.
Eu esqueci de ouvir os hambúrgueres do caso nos outros Void. Era do... Era dele do Code Talk falando sobre os hambúrgueres. Parte 1, parte 2 e parte 3. O relatório do informante e os hambúrgueres. A epifania de Kazuhira Miller. Nossa, teve uma epifania.
We finished decoding the informant's report. That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments. The Soviets called him the third boy.
Foi epifania.
The third boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts of Moscow from Czechoslovakia, after which he was due to be sent to a research center in Leningrad, then Siberia, and finally an academic town in Novosibirsk. It doesn't appear that the researchers witnessed the talents we've seen from him, but nevertheless he was quite the popular subject. His latent cognitive abilities suddenly awoke en route to Moscow. According to the report, The third boy was easily influenced by other individuals' biofields. Evil thoughts, in particular. They affected his mind like a virus. Extreme anger or resentment, motives for revenge, in other words. Now, during the transport flight to Moscow, the boy was exposed to a powerful mental energy
terceira
field coming
criança
from a
Max.
certain individual. Ever since, being conscious of his powers, he's become a sort of energy generator. What's unique about him is the way his acute telepathic abilities get taken over by another person's will. The boy began to physically parasitize individuals experiencing extreme anger and codify the host's desires. This includes amplifying the host's natural strengths. Or, in accordance with the host's desires, he can also implant program code in another individual, making them a puppet, essentially. Human neural synapses transmit weak electrical currents between neurons. These electrical currents, though at a level difficult to observe, warp the magnetic field outside the body. The third boy is able to pick up these weak fluctuations. Contrary to psychotronics, which involves controlling the human mind, his abilities as a receptor are too high. The emotions he picks up from another individual are amplified and unleashed into his body as they recur in his brain. They turn into microwaves, which then affect the physical world, triggering paranormal phenomena like the spontaneous combustion of organic matter or psychokinesis, moving an object without touching it. There's one other thing. While he's
O
parasitizing the
mínimo é
host,
amar-se
the boy's
sensitivo.
ego is shut away, allowing the will of the host to take control of his powers, like some annoying static drowning out your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been happening. Somebody's extreme anger has manifested through the third boy's powers in ways none of us could have predicted, which would mean this was going on somewhere around us. Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense now. The man on fire, Sahelanthropus, they both came to life thanks to the third boy's powers. Everything has been happening through him as a catalyst. We first saw him in the hospital on Cyprus. The boy parasitizing the man on fire's desire for revenge gave him his new abilities in return. He next appeared at the Hamid Fighters Fort where the honeybee was hidden. There, the boy parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind. He controlled Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever Skullface wanted. Same goes for when we extracted Emmerich onto the chopper. When he appeared at the Devil's House in Central Africa, Skullface's will controlled the man on fire via the third boy's powers. Everything is clear up to this point. But even the informant couldn't pinpoint who the host was in a cave within Serac power plant. Sahelanthropus suddenly became active, then crushed not only the man on fire, but Skullface as well. Surely neither of them could have been the host. Who else was at that location and bore anger more extreme than either of them? Whose will was controlling Sahelanthropus? According to the report, emotions transmitted in children's brains affect the surrounding magnetic field more strongly. Cerebral nerves are covered with insulation called myelin sheaths to increase impulse speed. The reason for this leakage has to do with the fact that children's myelin sheaths are still developing. So, how many children do you remember being there? Children with a burning desire for revenge and bearing a grudge against you. I can think of only one. Eli. We don't know what kind of life he's had, but the resentment he's shown toward adults is nothing short of extraordinary. The third boy resonated with Eli's mind. And that means Eli bore the strongest animosity of all individuals within the boy's reception range, estimated to be a 3-mile radius, beating out even Volgan and Skullface. The third boy's probably remained hooked on Eli's anger since. You remember at the Devil's House, the third boy showed an interest in Shabani? That must have been his ego making a rare appearance. He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid. Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe with Eli, he isn't feeding on
Finalmente descobri que o Liquid tem um miguxo. Né,
So
demorou.
what kickstarted the third boy's powers? If we look at the location and time that his plane went down, we can make a pretty good guess. When the plane gave an accurate report of its position to a control tower, due north of the Black Sea, 125 miles east of Kiev. Dead south on the Black Sea is Cyprus's green line. So the plane's position was directly north of the hospital where you'd been asleep for 9 years. And this anomaly was reported at exactly the same time that you woke up. The plane was enveloped in flame from the inside out. The fuselage burnt to ashes. There were no survivors, at least not publicly admitted. Your thoughts formed a synchronicity with the boy's psyche and were amplified inside his brain. That would have been more than enough to trigger his abilities. Your rage was like a big bang in his head, blowing the lid off his powers. The boy was then secretly moved to the lab outside of Moscow where Volgin was comatose. There, Volgin's thoughts resonated with the boy and he was awakened. Volgin became the man on fire, hell-bent on getting revenge on you. His instincts led him straight to you. Skullface knew Volgin from Operation Snake Eater, or perhaps from even before. Monitoring this pair of extraordinaries, he discovered the hospital.
Então você quer dizer que o Mantis acordou o Snake? É o que deu a entender, mais ou menos.
Then, realizing how useful these 2 test subjects could be, he
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Thirst for revenge. This time, the boy let Skullface's will control Volgin. Volgin, at times driven by personal revenge, at times through Skullface's will, kept on moving, though his body was little more than dead meat. Perhaps there were moments where even your thoughts affected him as well. But without the boy's power, it was like the plug.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Everything was powered by anger, malice, revenge. This is how the end of the report sums things up. Both the third boy and the man on fire were originally
You gotta extract him.
research for military applications, like telekinetically controlling the leader of an enemy nation and making him launch a nuke, or stopping the heart of someone on the wrong side of the Berlin Wall, experimenting with latent human abilities. They were used as tools of the Cold War. The boy's only crime was being born with unique gifts. But he was sacrificed on the altar of war. His life reduced to slavery under other people's wills. Turned into a living weapon with no will of his own. And eventually the only emotion he could feel must have been the desire to get revenge for the hand he'd been dealt. Boss, it's you that awakened the boy's powers. But there's more to it than that. I guess the anger emanating from you was something he could truly relate to.
Vixe, bicho. É uma música. O hambúrguer.
Feeling hungry? Old timer.
Porra, 5 minutos de hambúrguer.
Old timer. I do not get hungry. No. But you have a new hamburger? You guessed it. And this time we use lamb. Lamb. You're not a lamb kind of guy? A hamburger is made of beef. Who ever heard of a hamburger without beef? Yeah, but we gotta stay fresh, stand out from our competition. You're what? Just give it a try. If you say so.
Que concorrência. Não sei, mano. McDonald's.
Not bad. But
Mas...
I cannot call this a hamburger. I thought we were onto something this time. Maybe the problem is that it looks like a regular hamburger. Gotta think outside the box. Too much baggage if they come in expecting just another burger. Let's see, cotton candy to make it look like a sheep? Yeah. Just a minute. You really think people would eat that? What is it you are planning? Are you using me? It tastes as a one-man focus group. Well, actually, I've already started. I got a place called Miller's Maxi Bun.
Salsichão do
You
milho.
are kidding me. Well, to be honest, business hasn't been great. No one seems to like my, buns.
The
Meu
Ocelot said Diamond
Deus.
Dog's budget did not add up. But you don't mean to tell me.
What? No. Our black budget's got it all covered. I'm not embezzling GMP or anything. Still, let's not say anything to Snake, okay?
Very well. However, Kazuhira, it takes more than premium ingredients and a clever recipe to satisfy the palate.
Okay. So what do we do?
The palate seeks one thing: chemical additives.
Chemical additives.
There is nothing mysterious or spiritual about good flavor. The tongue
Tá usando dinheiro do Diamond Dog pra fazer hambúrguer.
specific amino acids
Pois é.
the brain then recognizes as appealing. Therefore, all that is needed is to chemically isolate those amino acids and incorporate them into your products. To be clear, I speak of flavor. The rest is irrelevant.
That seems a little extreme.
Do
So
not
cut.
forget that I am a scientist after all. And using science for the benefit of others is a joy. In seeking coexistence with nature's blessings, not everything can remain in its natural form. When we fall ill, we must be treated. Otherwise, that very nature could cost us our lives. Agriculture is one of nature's many blessings. But through that process, we damage the surrounding vegetation.
Yeah. Whether it's a massive farm or a tiny field, we always leave our mark on the land.
The same is true of parasites. And for food
Isso
preparation.
tudo é porque tá falando de hambúrguer,
Worms
velho.
in the raw meat of another animal enter the human body. They roam around trying to find their usual habitat. Sometimes even eating away at the brain in their confusion. So in looking through a scientific point of view, you see the necessity for processing food. Yes, it is also sometimes necessary to eliminate certain parasites, or selectively use or even modify others. Alternatively, we could say that if a man is part of nature, the work he does is also part of it. What is important is the balance.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, old-timer. You really opened my eyes. I fooled myself into thinking people today wanted high-quality, all-natural goods. But my favorite burgers were never about that. What they want is something like the first burger I had in America when I went to meet my dad. A Frankenburger loaded with additives. That's the
Podrão.
America I knew and loved. I'll be back in a jiffy, old-timer. My next burger's gonna knock your socks off.
Kazuhira, wait. What is important is how we balance the... quick for a wonder.
Roger.
Rápido pra pernito.
What kind of a dive did your old man take you to?
Vai fazer um podrão. Foda-se. Cara, eu jurava que ia ter um helicóptero aqui no meio do deserto. Não teve não. Tô triste.
The weather will clear shortly.
Eu não sei se o jogo já deu checkpoint. Eu queria que desse checkpoint. Daí eu já voltava pelo menu, mas não tá dando. Tudo isso pro cara descobrir que o podrão é o melhor tipo de restaurante. É, mano. Não, é o melhor tipo de hambúrguer. O verdadeiro hambúrguer é o podrão.
This is Speedquad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This
Cheguemos.
Gaining altitude.
Rain Africa.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Beleza, agora vamos ver que falta. Tá bom, deixa eu mudar aqui. Eu posso.
Development project has been added.
Concluiu lá, né?
Please select a mission.
Concluiu.
Unit dispatched.
Ops paralelo, eu vi que apareceu um novo. Aqui. 9. Vamos pegar um homem
Select a landing zone.
pra pegar fotografia.
Deploying.
Ah, a gente tá no Afeganistão, pensei que era lá na África. Eu botei roupa verdinha. Porra. Nem leu a missão direito. Não, é só pra pegar o homem lá. Eu só não vi que era no... Eu jurava que era na África. Cadê o homem pra pegar foto? Tô preparado. Mentira.
Be careful down there, boss.
Summer Ritz, anos 80. Cara, ele deve estar lá em cima. Eu jurava que era isso daqui, mas é só o... É só uma mancha.
Enemy presence detected.
Opa,
The map has been
é, tá aqui.
updated.
Ali. Menino, nem te conto. Eu sou o Big Boss.
Boss? Is that you? 9 years.
Map has been updated.
One of the guys out on a mission at the time. He's fallen a long way from the glory days. But wouldn't come back to us.
Helicopter requested.
Bring him home, boss.
Side op completed.
Vamos lá entregar a fotinha.
Roger that.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Bora entregar a fotinha. Todo mundo sabe que o Snake só pela caixinha é, mano. Não adianta. Pô, quando eu era criança, de brincar de esconde-esconde. Me escondi uma vez na caixa. Não funcionou não, me acharam. Não deu muito certo. Você se sentiu amado, eu me senti seguro. Eu me senti amado. Parece que o Snake ele bate a cabeça quando eu me jogo, né? Mas eu não bate a cabeça. Mas parece. Parece que dá uma beijada no chão.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Extração na Mother Base.
Side ops list updated.
Bora, liberou mais um, velho. Mais um aqui. Tá, eu vou entregar a foto, depois eu venho aqui e faço outro. Acho que é melhor. Senão eu vou misturar as fotos. Vou misturar as bolas.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Mother Base.
Uh. Botei algum peixe pra dormir.
Boss, welcome home.
Oh, Snake!
Galho pinto.
What is it, Snake? Chico, I wonder what he thinks of me. I have not seen him lately. Maybe he is angry. There is something I am hiding from Chico. Or I thought there was.
Você é uma véia?
And then No, that is not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
Qual foi a última foto? Acho que foi esse. Olha alguma coisa.
My
Tá
stomach.
com dor de barriga. E você tem 30 anos nas costas.
Please the landing zone.
Roger. This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
Agora vamos pegar a segunda foto lá. Quer dizer, segunda não. Ih, ó, calma aí. E aí, eu voltei. Bora lá no... Cadê? Aqui. Esse daqui na África. Né não, no Afeganistão também.
Heading to Afghanistan.
Cara, eu nem sei por que eu tô levando isso daqui. Eu só tô levando, gastando dinheiro a mais. Não tô nem usando.
Deploying.
Eu acho que essa é a última foto. Eu acho porque é o número 10. É só por isso mesmo. Deixa eu pular. Me deixa pular.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
Opa.
Please landing zone.
Roger.
Volta aqui, helicóptero. Volta aqui que eu já achei o homem.
This is Pequod. On station at LZ. One of the guys out on a mission at the time. He's fallen a long way from the glory days. But will he come back to us? Bring him home, boss.
Foi.
Extraction arrived at the base.
Acho que é isso. Esse daqui com certeza foi o mais rápido e fácil de pegar desses homens. Ou missão no geral, no caso, né? Você basicamente caiu em cima do cara. É, não, minha preocupação era ter o helicóptero afugentado ele. Tanto que eu caí no chão e já peguei a minha caixinha. Mas eu chuto que é a última foto, porque é número 10. Número 10 é fechadinho, fechadinho, bonitinho.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Mother Base.
Ah, eu também consigo, viu, Quiet? Também consegui. Vamos lá.
Boss, welcome home.
Oh, Snake!
Oi.
What is it, Snake? Football. I joined in. And there's Huey refereeing. He said, we have forsaken our countries and become one with the earth. It is good being here together with everyone, you know? It was.
Vai, fia, lembra?
And then I... No, that is not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. My head... It hurts.
Caralho, não é o último? Jurava que era o último. Aqui o Chico. A irmã dele. Fala alguma coisa. Alguma coisa engraçada. Fala, galho, pinto. Não, não esse pinto, outro. Galo pinto. Caralho, meu irmão. Tá foda, hein?
Please landing zone.
A menina não vai lembrar de nunca. Preciso de mais 10 fotos a mais, pelo visto.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Então, Ops paralela não tem. Tem um intérprete que nunca peguei. Aqui acabou então da paz. Missão dourada. 41.
Please select a mission.
Ah, tá.
Please select a mission.
É, sem fim.
The CFA are gearing up for a large-scale attack against Angola's MPLA government. They're assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport and will be ready to move soon. We've been contracted by the MPLA to put a stop to them. But the civil war will keep burning on, whether we accept this job or not. Another East-West proxy war with the communist MPLA on one side and the capitalist-funded CFA on the other. An endless seesaw of blood and violence played out in the hands of the superpowers. I had my doubts at first, but I think we should take this job. Skullface is gone, but Cypher still remains. Competition with rival PFs will only get more intense. For us to survive, we need to expand our organization and get strong enough that no one can threaten us. So our only option is to fight and grow, and fight and grow.
Tá, essa missão aqui eu não vou levar Quiet, cara. Eu vou levar
Heading to Central Africa.
Cavalho. Ou The Walker. Cavalo The Horse. Quer dizer, The Horse ou bichinho? Hum. Cara, como eu não sei o que eu vou. Eu vi que é blindado. Você falou tudo errado. Não, eu falei. Deu tudo errado, mano. Devia ir com o robô? Ogiva. Nunca foi com o robô. É, esse tem um bom ponto. É tudo a mesma coisa. Vamos.
Deploying.
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out. Listen to the tape for the contract details. Just be aware that the column's commander served with 5 Commando and later made a name for himself in South Africa's 32 Battalion. He's a hardened veteran, so don't take it lightly. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Marker placed.
Pera aí, só um segundinho aqui. Aí eu voltei. Bora, bichinho. Será que você é mais rápido que cavalo mesmo? Bom, não, não é não. Cavalo não. Mas. É. Se tem alguma coisa de útil. Cara, se tem um braço. Eu posso usar o braço? Como? Ixi, uma família aí ficou assim. A família aí ficou sem. Caralho, eu sou baludo. Eu sou o demônio. Ele vai vir pra onde? Tá, foda-se. Eu vou naquele. Vou mais não. Ninguém precisa. Tem que apresentar o Zé do Caixão. Não vai dar certo isso daqui. Não vai prestar. Mas vou tentar. Mas não vai prestar. Mas vou tentar. Mas não vai prestar.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Eu acho que eu errei.
Please select supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Aquele ali ainda tá parado. Nice. Vamos, perninha. Ai! Droga, minha bunda não tá protegida. Zigue-zague. Nossa, depois dessa missão aqui o Snake vai comer muito um galho pinto.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Putz, tem um helicóptero.
That's an enemy gunship.
Enemy
Don't try to take down a gunship from the front. You
updated.
won't win in a head-to-head shootout. Try to get behind it and take it down with missiles.
Ué, não destruiu essa porra ainda? Ué,
Boss, come in. Boss?
ué. Ué.
The CFA are assembling an armored column to the north of Nova Braga Airport. Your job is to wipe them out.
Deu muito certo ali, pelo visto.
Enemy presence detected. Updated.
Cara, eu acho que eu tô errando esse tiro ali. Eu acho que eu errei de novo, hein? É uma impressão assim. Tá aqui eu não consigo ver porra nenhuma. Tá, vou tentar na segundo tipo de aproximação, então.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Vamos lá. Falou.
Nice work, boss. The targets are almost history.
Enemy presence detected. The map
Aqui, perninha, não foge de mim, não. Oh, helicopter.
extraction arrived at mother base.
That's an enemy gunship. Try to take down a gunship.
Meu Deus!
Not good. Don't let your buddy die, Snake. I'm pulling them out of there.
Vai puxar quem? Explodiu.
You gonna extract him?
Agora que eu vi, tô sem...
Key supplies requested. Buddy departing area of operations.
Perninha explodiu, mano.
Supply drop complete.
Mano, dá pra eu roubar? Eu não, acho que não dá, não. Tá muito perto pra eu poder roubar.
Arrived at mother base. Enemy presence
Tipo, como é que eu vou roubar isso daqui?
has been updated.
Ah, não tem como. É impossível isso daqui. Putz. Mano, fui uma vez com a... Eu fui uma vez com perninha e ele explodiu.
Completed the objectives. Now get out of there.
Updated. Exfiltrated.
You can't let them follow you. Throw off the enemies on your tail first.
Rise momentarily.
All right. The coast is clear.
Você matou o perninha, eu matei o perninha, velho. Tava no beta.
Mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional.
Tava no beta. Não. Tava no beta. Se fosse o XCOM tinha lá a missão. Missões 1. 1. Verdade, velho. Nossa, no XCOM eu até hoje eu não fechei aquele jogo, mano. Meus soldadinhos sempre morriam, velho. Dá-lhe fita, olha. Os hambúrguer. O caso fez um podrão. É, e o objetivo Skullface, é claro. Mais hambúrguer, mais hambúrguer.
As we suspected, the mastermind behind the kid's escape was Eli. It's hard to believe, but apparently he'd been plotting an armed uprising against us. He could be hiding something else too. Ocelot's gonna press him for answers. Get back here as quick as you can.
Ixi, deu merda. Foda-se os objetivos do Skull Face. O hambúrguer é o mais importante, verdade. De novo, de novo. Tá, a gente trouxe duas crianças de volta e agora o Eli fez alguma merda lá. Vai saber o que ele fez agora.
Where is he?
I told you, your father's not here.
They're back.
Yes, they're back. But don't get any bright ideas. Your quarters are under full surveillance. Your weapons privileges have been suspended. No more uprisings for you. Did you really think it would be that easy, Commander? You'll get your boys back. They'll even see the boss too.
Deus, mano, bota essa criança de castigo logo.
First,
Ele tá numa cadeira mais confortável que deu
I
ruim,
need to know
verdade.
what you sent them to do
They wanted to leave.
to their homelands.
They wanted to go home. That's all.
So they were just homesick then.
Not quite. Military warlords, PFs, the armies that murdered their families. Cousins, brothers, parents. They all had someone to kill.
Tá chorando? Não, ele tá rindo.
I told them, last chance to face the world with no regrets.
Last chance.
You better be ready for your drag back here. Ready to face the world as enemies.
No!
O moleque senta igual o Liquid. Por quê? Mas já tá mexendo no bichão, né?
I'm not like you. Goodbye, father. I don't need you anymore.
Ele que deve ser essa porra do Metal Gear. Ele gosta do Metal Gear.
Was Ralph really an accident? Or did Eli just rig it to stir up the boys? Either way, he had to have been planning for this all along.
As crianças roubam um helicóptero, sim,
Farewell to the world.
junto com o piloto. E a fuga das crianças. Olha só os nomezinhos ali. Parte de emblema do Solid, Liquid, Psycho, Sólidos, Screamy Brain, Brain Mentes. Parabéns, Snake, você é um péssimo pai. Parabéns, nota 0.
Boss, we're looking for the kids in Sahalanthropus, but there's still no sign of them. We don't know if the chopper pilot is alive either. What have we gone and put in the hands of those kids? We don't know how bad this is until we find them. Also, regarding our concerns about Eli, I finished looking into whether or not he's a product of that project. I have an answer. I put it on tape. Give it a listen. Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Beleza. Tá, aqui tem... nada. Aqui tem
Please select a
missões
mission.
que eu tenho que fazer depois. Missão de expedição.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched.
A gente vai ter que ir atrás do Liquid, né? Pois então, né? Deixa eu ver. Vamos por sequência, né? Melhor. White Mamba. Exame de DNA de Eli. Ah, que o Cass acabou de falar sobre aquele projeto.
Boss, we've got the results of Eli's genetic tests. We can finally put this worry behind us.
We used the PCR technique and conducted DNA
O que
fingerprinting of the
descobre que ele é pai.
DNA sequences. Neither is mainstream science yet, but the concepts and procedures are sound. Both tests say there is 0% chance that the two of you are blood relatives, meaning the results are negative. He's
Ih,
not your son, nor is he your clone. He's just another person.
It was 12 years ago that Zero made plans to clone you. Eli's age and appearance certainly are a good fit. I admit the first time I saw him I did a double take, but it looks like we were worried for nothing. Eli isn't your clone, though you might still have one somewhere out there.
But if Eli isn't the boss's clone, why does he seem so obsessed with him? Not to mention having one hell of an attitude for his age.
I don't know. Learning the truth about himself, cursing the fact he's a clone, bearing a grudge against selfish adults, and coming to hate who he was cloned from. Big boss. If that were really the case, I could understand it. I might even feel a bit sorry for him. But no clone could have a totally different DNA fingerprint. And the test left no room for error. You yourself were there when we drew Eli's blood sample.
Come to think of it, when we went to OKB-0, he'd snuck onto a chopper and was there.
Yeah.
He was acting strange even then. Or actually from a little before that time.
That was exactly when we began these tests.
Maybe he suspected something when we drew the sample, not knowing what we were doing to him, and becoming mistrustful of us.
Hard to say. Eli's had an attitude problem from day one.
So what is he then?
Well, if he's gonna tell us that himself, we'll need to get him to open up more first.
deu negativo os testes, então não daria um. Então não seria o pai, nem um clone. E agora quem tá mentindo? Foi manipulado? O que tá acontecendo? É, o jeito é ir no ratinho, não adianta. Tá, o objetivo de Skullface. A origem do Skullface e da XOF.
Skullface, real name unknown.
Todo mundo vai proteger a paternidade do ratinho.
Transylvania after it reverted to Hungary from Romania. While he was young, the country allied with Germany as part of the Axis powers, but later during the war, it came under Soviet occupation. The Hungarians struggled for independence, but the Soviets came down. Hard. Just like he said, time and again the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was
Snake não é o
stolen
pai,
from him.
Kais não é a mãe. Descobriu junto essa paternidade do ratinho.
Skullface first tried
Kais
his
não é
hand at
mãe, ó,
espionage
não.
during all the chaos from the war. Agents, military officials, and soldiers who operated out of Hungary during the war vanished over the course of several months. This Soviet spy hunt rocked the counter-intel world. Mysterious fatal illnesses, accidental deaths, drownings, people having strokes behind closed doors. Just like Stalin, no one knew who was behind it. But all you need to do was look for who had the motive. They were all taken out by a man without a face. And now we've got an idea of how he did it too. He'd gotten revenge for his people, but he wasn't finished. Skullface defected to the West, eventually ended up with the SAS. That's where he met Zero. It's possible he began planning this whole thing back then. It's hard to say. In any case, Zero made him his XO. He always did have a thing for oddballs. But this one was set to lead a unit no one else would know about. When Zero created Fox, he also formed XOF as a support team. An unconventional special forces unit designed to support Fox, make it stronger, with Skullface giving the orders. Zero never even told the boss about it, nor the CIA, naturally. If Fox was Zero's silver bullet, XOF was the recoil when he pulled the trigger. Just like Newton's third law. While you were with Fox, Skullface was operating behind the scenes. Sometimes as your backup, sometimes as a mole or a scout, sometimes as your cleanup crew. Fox's tale, making sure the mission succeeded and that you survived.
Será que era a XOF que nos dava o miojão? O miojão lá no Snakira?
Those corrupting a people's identity by forcing a new tongue on them. Those using the power of language to control information. Naturally, that set his sights on Zero. To Zero, English was simply the most convenient code. But to Skullface, English was a parasite.
Verdade, né? Tinha miojo naquele jogo, tinha um miojão.
If that didn't work, he was ready to see the world scorched by nuclear fire. To save language, culture, and race from annihilation. He was willing to overstep the hands of the doomsday clock. That is, of course, if you believe anything he had to say.
Mais duas fitinhas.
Thank you for taking in those animals, boss.
De nada. A fuga das crianças, os temores de Ocelot.
You know, when you brought back all the child soldiers who escaped, Eli knew they'd returned. Needless to say, nobody said a word to him.
I guess they got a message to him somehow.
Eli wasn't put in a corner in timeout. He was locked up in that room, completely cut off from the outside world.
Then how'd he find out?
It's only one possibility I can think of. The Soviet Union has been researching military applications for psi phenomena.
Psi?
Things like psychokinesis and ESP, extrasensory perception.
You mean moving objects without touching them? Knowing what cards somebody's holding up? Psychic powers? Come on. I thought that was just another bunch of disinformation aimed at the West.
Just bear with me a second. One type of ESP is telepathy. It's the ability to know another person's thoughts through non-verbal means.
You're saying Eli read our minds?
It's the only idea that doesn't involve someone getting to him.
Ocelot.
Look, psi research isn't some hocus pocus. It's all evidence-based, scientific...
There's gotta be another explanation. Maybe one of the kids stuck a note to your back.
I hope that's the case. But I am convinced that they have, or Eli has, a connection to some force we have yet to identify. You better watch yourself, boss.
How am I supposed to do that?
If he is depending on something for help, well, that's his Achilles heel. If you can figure out what that something is, you might be able to use it against him.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, and the medical team is looking after the kids left on Mother Base.
Já não tinha descoberto que o Mantis é o miguxo dele?
But boss, get this.
Pois é. Mas essa fita eu acho que é de antes.
Also, he could steal Sahelanthropus and escape. That brat got us good. Set us up and knocked us down. And then there's that mystery kid who was with Eli. Those two working together, I'd say things won't be over for a long time yet.
Ah, isso demorou um pouquinho, né? Isso demorou uns anos aí. Agora a última fita mais importante. O hambúrguer definitivo.
Rise and shine, old timer. It is complete. I had our best and brightest working overtime.
Nossa, tá uma névoa. Silent Hill. Como raios o Liquid é mais inteligente que o Ocelot e o Cass. Pera, o que ele falou? Calma aí. Como raios o Liquid é mais inteligente que o Ocelot e o Cass? Ele é Poder dos
Had
personagens.
our best and brightest working overtime, fine-tuning the greatest burger the world has ever known. I call it the chemical burger.
Chemical Burger.
What on earth is that color?
Now, don't judge a burger by its color. Go on, try it.
Meu Deus, o que ele enfiou, mano?
Not very hungry.
What? Oh, I get it. Now, sure, it's loaded with additives, but each one's been approved by the WHO for human consumption. Come on.
Você precisa jogar pra
It's not
cor.
gonna kill you.
Are you sure of that? Fine.
Plot twist, ele mentiu. Ele, o velho vai ser o primeiro a comer.
Well, what do you think?
It's perfect.
Right? Right?
This takes me back to the taste of my youth.
Comi podrão.
Signs on the mother road. Oh, I can see them.
Ele tem neon da Rota 66. Era podrão.
What do you think of our signs now? And it doesn't just taste great. You won't believe how cheap it is to make. And because it's pumped up with preservatives, it won't spoil easily in regions lacking refrigerated storage or transportation infrastructure. This bad boy could even solve Africa's hunger problem.
Excuse me.
People will no longer fight over food or find reason to hate one another. Mankind will come together, reunited between these fluffy buns. Forget Pax Americana. Say hello to Pax Hamburgana.
Ah, bom.
Hamburgana.
Skullface thought that destruction was the way to free the peoples of the world from American imperialism. But this is different. Tackling something head-on just makes for more conflict. Only by uniting the world can its various inhabitants truly become free. Having lived as an American parasite as long as I have, I know what I'm talking about. The chemical burger is poised to be the greatest liberating force the world has ever known.
An ethnic liberator.
Now all I need is a better brand image, starting with a name. Gotta run, old-timer. I'll catch you later.
É isso. O caso vai aposentar da base aqui, vai virar
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
um vendedor de podrão. Vai ser porque o Liquid é mais inteligente que o Cass. Calma aí.
Please specify a project.
Não, não era aqui. Puta que pariu. Quase 4 horas. Não, 4 horas na real. 4 horas, velho.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
About Eli hijacking Sahelanthropus. We know how he got it moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his repairs. We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
Foi o I. Foi o. Huey. Interrogando Huey, comparando com Eli.
What was your goal in having the children repair Sahelanthropus?
I just answered their questions. I had no idea they would actually try to fix it. I mean, can you imagine a child piloting it?
Oh, sure, easily.
It wouldn't work.
Well, I bet it's just like riding a bike.
I said it didn't work.
Who did you try?
I didn't.
Did you put your son in it?
We never did that.
His name was, Hal, wasn't it? I thought you said you never saw his face. But you made him pilot Sahelanthropus. You used him in your experiments.
He wanted to get in.
O
It was
otaku.
such a short time we had.
So he was with you.
We were happy.
You're still happy now. Changing your lies to suit the listener and getting by slipping through the cracks. Building layer upon layer of convenient stories until nothing means anything to you anymore. You're happy all the time because you don't even notice you're doing it.
É claro que iria entrar no Mac e ia criar um. É,
Who are you
é
really?
verdade, né?
You're not a victim, and you're not the silent majority. You're a perpetrator and a petty hypocrite. The real world doesn't make you suffer. It's the other way around.
Ih, rapaz. Aí não tem como defender, hein? Aí não tem como defender. O Emmerich tá fazendo umas escolhas meio esquisitas.
Please select a mission.
Umas escolhas meio estúpida. Eu vou fazer esse. Comando e controle.
Mission accept mission.
Não, peraí, o que que é?
Boss, information warfare is more than just intel gathering. It also means disrupting enemy communications. Your mission is to punch a hole in the comms network between the Soviet outposts. That'll cut off their means to call in reinforcements. Technically, we were given this mission by a Western-backed Arab organization supporting the guerrillas. But it'll also give us a leg up in the future. Take a look at the location of the Eastern Communications Post on your iDroid. Head there and destroy its comms equipment. He who controls information controls operations. Just look at Cypher. Good luck, boss.
Tá, destruir equipamento de comunicação.
Heading to Afghanistan.
Confirmar será iniciado imediatamente sem preparações para investida. Bora. Eu só tô com uma bazuca, não tem problema não. Você já tá preparada? Ah, eu já tô.
Boss, you need to disable the Soviets' reinforcement system by putting a hole in their base-to-base comms network. Head for the Eastern Communications Post and destroy its comms equipment. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility.
Ai, ai. Ah, tá, eu não tenho nada. Por isso que é extremo. Não, então eu não estou preparado.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Caralho, o Snake ralou o braço.
Presence detected.
Olhou?
Map has been updated.
Ralou o braço. Caramba. Olha só. Ficou ralado já. Será que tem coisa ali dentro da casa pra eu poder pegar?
Analysis complete.
Eu disse que ele ia ralar o braço. Ralou o braço. Cara, eu não tenho nada. Meu objetivo é logo lá. Quero saber se tem equipamento aqui. Não é nada, cara.
The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Ok, não tem nada aqui. Quero ver o que esse cara sabe.
Spit it out.
The map has guard post captured.
Pra lá? Putz.
You gonna extract him?
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Ok. Vou querer subir.
Marker placed.
Fazer uma marcação ali.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been
Presença
updated.
inimiga, mas é só lá.
You have arrived at your destination.
Ninguém em volta.
You have arrived at your destination.
Ah.
You made it. First, use the binoculars to locate the communication communications equipment at the facility.
Analysis complete.
Eu já tenho mais ou menos um plano de fuga. Caso dê alguma coisa ruim, eu vou naquele container ali, dou um full nele e vamos embora.
Analysis complete.
Agora a parte difícil, como destruir essas antenas. Que eu lembro quando eu fiz essa missão aqui, foi com a C4. Outro jeito eficaz seria, né, menos barulhento, que eu lembre, dava pra usar a pistolinha de água daí. Eu lembro dessa missão, é uma das primeiras, né?
Enemy presence detected.
A arminha de água dá uma esguinchada ali e ele já era. Eles estão... Eu tô sem nada, mas eles estão equipados com tudo.
That looks like the target. We know where all the antennas are now. Take out all 3 of them. How you do it is your call.
Analysis complete.
Eu sei, a questão é... eu tenho que achar equipamento. Eu não acho que vai mostrar aqui no meu mapa o que eu tenho, que eu posso fazer para ajudar nisso. É falar com os próprios guardas. Só que eu tô fazendo isso numa missão que tá de dia, né? Alguém quase me viu ali, alguém que eu não vi. Tá, vai vir 2 guardas. Tô vendo agora dentro da construção. Vai por cima? Putz. Deu tudo errado. Quebra isso? Quebra. Foi pro caralho. Foi pro caralho. Putz. Porra, meu irmão. Se eu ver que eu vou voltar pro início, eu vou pra tua missão. Essa missão aí é... Não, não voltei pro início. Essa missão é... é longuinha, pô. E os caras me fecharam ali ainda. Pensei que os dois iam juntos, mas não, um foi em cada canto. Vocês me fecharam, filhos da puta.
Analysis complete.
Caralho, me viu de novo. Os caras tão muito olho bom. Será que vão... vocês me fechar de novo, velho? Vou pra próxima missão. Nós vamos pra um lado. Ah, tá vindo aqueles dois. É isso, vou ficar aqui. Essa vai ser minha nova casa. Cara, porque eu não achei nada pra quebrar as antenas sem problema. Eles voltaram, aqueles dois voltaram pra lá também. Subir ali. Não é possível, mano. Não tem coisa, não tem nada, não tem nada. Não tenho. Eu não tenho explosivos. Eu tenho Não, muito idiota. Caralho, os caras estavam aqui, mano. Você sente e chora, eu sinto e choro não. Minha ideia é o quê? Era ir no morteiro, pega o morteiro e taca o bomba nas antenas. Mas daí, né? Fudeu. Que os caras estão armados até os dentes e eu aqui tô nu. Saúde. Tem uma metranca ali, eu posso girar talvez. Foda-se, é o jeito. O cara tá com uma O cara tá com uma bazuca. Tá ligado que eu vou fazer com essa bazuquinha aqui, né? Só tem uma bala, filha da puta. Só tem uma bala. Aí eu achei uma sacanagem. Aí eu achei uma sacanagem. Cancelado. Nossa, mano, eu fiquei... Era isso. Guarda nenhuma, mano. Me cancelaram. Foda-se. Não me mata. Caralho. É isso. Não me mata, não me mata, não me mata, não me mata, não me mata. Não me mata, por favor. Era bom eu recuperar minha vida antes. Acho que eu morri, hein?
Snake, talk to me.
Foi quase. Foi quase.
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Não tem missão nova, cara. Não tem não. Tô vendo nada de novo aqui. Deixa eu pegar esse intérprete. É que eu tenho que fazer uma missão que daí, se eu não me engano, vai trigar as missões importantes, as principais. Não é isso não. Isso. Deixa eu pegar um filho. O D-Dog. Pega o D-Dog aqui. E vamos lá no intérprete.
The map has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
There are reports of a Pashto English interpreter operating in that area. If you extract him, it could be plenty useful for us.
The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Não, ele tá aqui? Não consigo. Diamante. Isso é bom.
Analysis complete.
Caralho. Isso é bom mesmo. Como o jogo é todo sério, mas aí tem as distrações que é uma bexiga. Bexiga. Caixa de papelão. Tchau, amigo.
Analysis complete.
That's the target.
Side-ops list updated.
Okay, subject is in.
Arrived at Mother Base. Unit function added.
Ai. Foi maldito. Foi embora. Volta aqui.
Please select a support helicopter.
Um exército inteiro de Snake, então. O cara vira perplexo.
Analysis
Deve
complete.
ser um A, mas tá bom. Não sou muito exigente. Falou.
This is B Quad. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
This is B Quad. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Sabe que podia ter, se bem que não sei se podia ter, mas podia ter só por brincadeirinha. Aquela cabeça de jacaré. Saudades, cabecinha de jacaré. Né? Na África tem jacaré, pô. Não tem? Tem, não tem? Tem, né? Tem. Acho que tem. Tem sim. Tem. Acho que sim, acho que sim. Eu lembro desses, o Discovery Channel, essas coisas aí, apareceu lá um jacaré comendo uma zebra. Então acho que sim, mano. Zebra tem na África. Ou não tem? Tem, né? Disso, os jacarés só são encontrados em algumas partes dos Estados Unidos, no leste da China. Já os crocodilos são encontrados em mais regiões, como a África, aí ó, Austrália, Ásia, América do Norte, América do Sul e América Central. Ah, então tem, pô. Ah, então tem.
Please select a mission.
Cara, eu tô fazendo essas coisas aqui dourada, eu espero muito que não tem que ser isso daqui pra liberar a missão principal, porque 40 minutos e vai aumentando, e vai aumentando. Aí é foda. Eu vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou fazer uma missão principal agora mesmo. Que é esse? Eliminar todos os walkers. Ah, mas eu tenho que ficar stealth. O extremo eu fico peladão. E os caras ficam tancudo. Olha, dá pra bater na Quiet de novo. Arquia metálica, combate ataque dos caveiras e retorna à base com Stalker. Ah, mas no extremo isso? Puta que pariu. Carga do comboio que pode estar transportando como pagamento a Cypher. A carga deve estar aí junto com o caminhão de transporte diferente também. E esse é... Estão lançando sempre o limite máximo de veículos de combate conseguir. Vou fazer isso.
Mission accepted.
Não, vou pegar isso. Não, vou esse mesmo. Não. Ai.
Boss,
Opa.
your objective is to eliminate as many enemy combat vehicles as you can. For this mission, we're backup for the guerrillas' offensive. That means our mission isn't over until theirs is. Keep an eye on the remaining time. Also bear in mind that you'll fail the mission if you don't take out a single vehicle. As for payment, the more vehicles, the bigger our paycheck.
Ah, tá. Tem que destruir pelo menos um. Aí sobreviver o resto. É mais tranquilo.
The target's locations on your map.
Mais
Spotted incoming
tranquilo.
reinforcements. Their location will be added to your iDroid too.
Marker placed.
Be careful down there, boss.
The map has been updated.
What the? Moço. Oxi, tô perdido.
Okay, subject is in. I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Meu irmão? Ah, tá, ele tá bem.
The map has been updated.
Tá pretinho.
Target eliminated. Great. Now on to the next.
O cavalo ficou meio chamuscado ali.
Boss, we have information on new targets. Check your
O cavalo tá queimado.
route.
Eu jurava que ele tinha ido de F, mano. Caralho, eu acertei, mas não contou. Caralho, esse daqui tá aguentando mais que o outro. Oxi, não é possível. Porque você aguentou mais que o outro.
Please select a drop point.
Target elimination confirmed.
Supplies.
Got any more in you? Boss, we spotted a four-wheel drive transporting a prisoner. It's not part of the mission. Do you think you can bust him loose? Just if you have the time to spare.
Não, não tenho não.
The map has been updated.
Não tô vendo soldados. Tá, aquele ali é perigoso. Eu esqueci meu C4. Eu esqueci meu C4. O meu C4. Tá, tô procurando. Ali é uma boa região pra fugir.
Enemy present. The map has been updated.
Caralho, meu irmão. Faz favor de explodir. Nice. Isso não vai explodir, né? Vai embora então. E o carinha lá? Eu tenho que salvar ele.
Other targets closing in. You can check their predicted route on your iDroid.
The map has been updated.
Eles vão vir no mesmo caminho. Ah, o cavalo não tá mais queimado. Ficou branquinho de novo.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Caralho, tinha gente aqui. Doideira, né não? Tinha gente ali.
Detected. The map has been updated.
Carro. Carro. O defunto tá levando o carro. Aí é foda. Nice. Falou.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Boss, that prisoner we rescued provided some intel. We now know the location of a hidden enemy staging area.
O defunto ainda tá levando.
iDroid.
The map has been updated.
Tá aqui, parece um bom lugar pra me esconder. Putz. Nossa! Eu errei tiro de bazuca. Aí é triste demais. Acertei, mas ele não parou. É. Foi de F.
Please select a drop point.
Aqui não.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Aqueles dois vão embora, não tem muito o que eu fazer mesmo.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Aquilo vai embora.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
A target has left the mission area. It's too late to eliminate that one. Just focus on taking out the remaining targets.
E aí, eu espero o tempo acabar agora. Elimina veículos de combate soviéticos. Elimine o máximo de veículos de combate que conseguir para enfraquecer. Tá, acho que é isso. Porque aqui... Ah tá, eu ia falar que tem um que tava parado, mas não, ele tá se movendo. Mas provavelmente... Ah tá, era um blindado então, é. Vou usar com esses soldadinhos aqui. Vai. Caralho, vocês ignoraram minha bexiga ali, velho. Nossa, eles foram olhar aquela bexiga. Não se mova. Nossa, ignoraram aquele, mas esse daqui é com certeza é o real, né? Ficou puto. Ignorado não, aquele, o terceiro ali é ele. Bom, não tá se movendo? Pois é. Não, não, é esse daqui. Tá tirando sarro de mim. Parado. Ah, não, não, é aquele ali que surgindo do lado deles. Não, é isso. É isso. Eu não gosto do bexiga do Big Boss, eu não gosto mesmo. Oh, é. Vai com essa bazuca pra lá.
Only 2 minutes remaining.
Meu Deus. Ui! O cara tava na minha frente e soltou um Horlock Launch. Espalhar.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Calma aí, porra. Caralho, apressado.
Sun will set shortly.
Boss, we have new targets.
Não tem não.
Droid for the details.
The map has been updated.
Ué. Não tem como. Nossa, cara, calma, pois é, mano. Ele ficou nervoso ali. Ficou brabo. Não tem como, é impossível. 20 segundos do outro lado do mapa. Ainda tô com meu braço ralado. E aí, eu vou falhar a missão, velho? Será?
Boss, time's up. The guerrillas' offensive was a success.
Não.
Day is theirs. And our mission is complete.
Muito babo. Muito babo,
Leave the hot
cara.
zone as soon as you can.
Muito babo. Ah, tá. Eu vou chamar o helicóptero.
Please support helicopter requested.
Caralho, a minha bexiga aguenta meus tiros. Cara, você tava igual eu hoje naquela parte. Tá babo. Que pedra boa. Ué. Ah.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Buddy departing area of operations.
Departing.
Nossa, deve ser um cu tirar S nessa missão, mano.
Mission complete. I know we can do better next time.
Nossa, eu acho que esse é o pior, velho. Eu acho que o D é o pior. D de desgraça. Se foi o pior até agora, foi. Não sou bom em ação, pelo visto.
outbreak of the vocal cord parasites on the base. Several men are dead.
Putz.
Started in the laboratory on the quarantine platform where the radiation leak
Ah, um
occurred.
vazamento.
I'd only just deployed the security team. I've sent in a rescue team to help, but they haven't returned. Boss, I need you on this. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
Deu ruim. Mas de novo, velho. Quarentena tá parecendo do Corona.
Here we go again. There's been another outbreak in the laboratory. The quarantine platform. We sent a team to investigate and recover the survivors, but they haven't returned.
There's nothing on the radio either. We got a backup team ready to go. Just give the order and
I'll go alone.
Boss, what are you... There's no need for that.
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
We have no idea what's going on
Exactly. Anyone still alive's at their breaking point. Last thing we need is another unit storming in. No telling how they'd react.
Fine. First off, check how much the infection has spread. Rescue comes next, after we know the situation. When you're ready to move, just use the iDroid.
Continua. Agora a gente tá no final mesmo. Que o último é missão 46. Só que como você viu, como eu tenho muita missão repetida, eu posso simplesmente ignorar. Beleza, vamos então.
Please select a mission.
Missão 43. Luzes brilham mesmo na morte.
Boss, we have another outbreak of the vocal cord parasite inside the quarantine platform's laboratory. Several men are dead. It began after we discovered that radiation leak in the facility's research block. I dispatched the security team to seal off the source and move the researchers to the containment block next to it. That's when they discovered the outbreak. I immediately sealed the laboratory and sent a MOP 3 rescue team, but they haven't returned and comms are dead. We have no idea why the parasite has showed up again. I thought we took care of it. I'd like to get any asymptomatic personnel out of there, but we can't tell who's infectious and who's not. We need more information, like how to tell the two apart. Find out what's going on, boss.
Beleza, toda vez que mostra continua eu fico esperando a música do jogo tocar. Vamos lá. Se confirmar, será iniciado imediatamente sem preparação para investida. Ok. Quarantine.
Let's go over the situation again. We've got another parasite outbreak in the laboratory on the quarantine platform.
Parece Resident Evil pouquinho, né? Parasita, gente morrendo, laboratório, aí tem gravação, infravermelho. Pois eu ia falar, né? Lembra um pouquinho mesmo. Aí os caras estão levantando meu zumba ainda. É.
We've sealed all the exits to keep it from spreading. No one's getting out. One of the researchers inside managed to isolate the parasite behind the outbreak. He faxed over his findings. Code Talker's analyzing them now.
Why this new outbreak, despite our inoculation? This is still unclear.
O Snake não limpou a cara, né?
Slovakia to the infected prevented symptoms during the last epidemic. The parasites lodge in the victim's throat, forming a mating pair. But the Volvakia turns the male to female. Two females can neither copulate nor lay eggs.
That's why the rescue team went in with more Wolbachia. But the outbreak still isn't under control.
They should not be capable of laying eggs. Yet, we have a new outbreak. And the Wolbachia have no effect. I pray this is not some new strain. If it is,
then someone may have brought it here. If there's a spy running around.
For now, we must focus on discerning the outbreak mechanism. The cases show another alarming new development. It is now even more difficult to tell who is infected. The eggs propagate out of sight. No
você, Kai.
symptoms. One who appears healthy may be dying on the inside.
What the hell happened in there? Boss, I still can't raise the rescue team I sent in. We know how to proceed if we just knew how to ID the symptoms. Finding that out is part of your job in there.
Ali. Pô, mas a vista é bonita pra caralho, né?
Hang on, Snake. We've just had a transmission from inside. Here's the audio.
It all makes sense now. I win.
Where's it coming from?
Unknown. It cut off before we could get a fix. It all makes sense. Think he means the parasite? No way to know. But right now, that's all we've got. Hopefully he can tell us something. We'll have to close the tent behind you, boss. Don't think the infection's airborne, but... Find the source of that transmission, boss. Find our man.
You never know.
Ele tá nem aí, ele só tá indo.
What is it?
Something sweet. I can smell it even through the mask.
The rescue team reported that too. Said it smelled like ripe fruit.
We cannot allow the infection to spread. If anyone shows symptoms, you must put them out of their misery.
That includes me.
Beleza.
Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood.
Agora começa o Resident Evil. Agora começa o Resident Evil. Peraí, pra onde eu por ir? Aqui? Aqui. É, com certeza está morto. E aqui? Não.
Staff member has died.
He's got a mask. He's with a rescue team. And they died from before. Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up.
Nossa, mas o cara tá como? Tá coberto de sangue, Snake tá o quê?
Staff member has died.
Eu perdendo o heroísmo. O cachorro começou a latir, velho.
Staff member has died.
Aí eu voltei, o cachorro ficou quieto. O cara ali se matou, não quis nem um pouquinho ver o que acontece ali.
He's wearing a mask. He's part of the rescue team. Looks like he's not the one who sent the message. I'd like to hear what he has to say, but you need to keep going.
When we entered, I couldn't bring myself to shoot back. She said, boss, never point a weapon at one of your own.
Another transmission.
Aqui, ah tá, deu a volta. Calma aí, amigo.
I have analyzed part of the data that was faxed out. It appears even those who barely spoke became symptomatic. This must be some kind of mutation.
Ih, mas o bicho ficou mais forte ainda. Aí é problemático demais.
Member has died.
What the hell happened?
Ui.
At least you're okay.
What's going on?
I win. I'm no snail. Ow.
damn it.
So he sent the transmission. Seems like he had a way of IDing who's symptomatic. But what was he trying to say? Snail. Yes, of course. It all makes sense now. Do not let anyone showing symptoms get outside. As infection progresses, it triggers an overwhelming urge to get out in the open. That's the parasite controlling them. Once outside, the birds will feed on infected bodies, spreading the parasite on land. The whole world will be infested.
E os passarinhos estão esperando ali. Tipo a peste negra, eu acho que é a mesma vibe. Caralho.
You have to shoot, boss. We can't let them outside.
Meus homens que eu peguei cada um.
Damn it. We can't allow any contagious individuals to leave. Shoot, Snake. That's it.
Ah, eles morreram.
That's good. You still have those goggles. If you see a glow in someone's throat, that means they are
Os homens que eu roubei.
and all you can do is give them a quick death.
Cadê o óculos? Eu peguei? Óculos de visão noturna modificado por um pesquisador no laboratório detecta o calor emanado pelos parasitas nas cordas vocais dentro das pessoas infectadas e destaca a emissão do calor para facilitar a identificação.
He's infected. Kill him, boss. We can't save him now.
Tipo,
I'm sorry.
Has died.
dos meus homens que eu roubei, cara.
You just killed your own... Emmerich, what the hell? Nobody asked for your opinion. You expect me to just stand by and watch this?
Agora que ele fica chifrudo, se eu perder o heroísmo eu fico chifrudo. Lá vem um doido. É, o Rui não tem muito o que falar, mano.
Has died. Staff member has died. Has died. Has died.
O soldado que tava aqui com o outro. Os dois morreram. O soldado não tá aqui.
You're insane, Snake! He was one of your men!
I can't take this anymore. Everybody's dead. Please, kill me, boss. If I'm gonna die anyway, I want it to be by your hand. Kill me, boss! Kill me! You coward!
Has died. Staff member has died.
You yourself said we're a family! Or was it all lies?
Boss!
Has died.
Pô, mas é pesado pra caralho essa missão, né, velho?
Has died.
Meu Deus, Rui, tá na hora dos remedinhos já.
Has died.
Shooting your own men! That's not the big boss I knew!
Please, kill me, boss!
Has died.
I'm going outside! No, we're dead anyway. Boss! Boss! Hey! Let's let the boss decide. We live and die by your order, boss. Boss!
Has died. Has died. Has died. Has died. Has died. Has died. Has died.
Hang on, boss. Is he wearing a mask? He might not be infected. Examine him with those goggles.
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker Maintain. Olha só. Lugarzinho da hora de pegar uma
Rescue team member
fita.
to the exit. He's the only one not infected.
The map has been updated.
Thank you. Boss.
A música da Hatsune Miku não. Ah, não é não. Isso é mais bizarro ainda.
got a survivor. Unlock the door. Wait. I don't think I made it after all.
What? You just checked him.
Could it have progressed this quickly?
Boss, take another look at him with the goggles.
É.
He is infected.
I don't believe it.
Maybe it got in through my wounds. They're waiting now. All of them. Do it.
I'm sorry, boss.
Staff member has died.
Ó o chifrudo. Meus homens, mano. Classificação F. Tinha que ser o F ali, entendeu? Ô, mano, mas essa missão é pesadona, né? Caralho. É, eu perdi o heroísmo, né? No caso. Tinha que ser um F, tinha que ser um F. Até a musiquinha aqui no fundo tá diferente, tá triste, tá tenso. O que aconteceu no laboratório? E diamante. Olha, ganhou uma guirlanda. Ouro. Eu tô tocando a música tema do Metal Gear no fundo.
There's nothing we could have done for them. We're all grateful, boss.
Gratidão, caralho, casa, olha o tamanho do meu chifre.
It's your fault! They're dead because of you!
What? He's right. I killed him with my own hands.
They were on your side! I'm on your side! And you turned them all to ashes!
They wanted you to shoot. It was that or be burned alive. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Oh, Rio, e preciso de um remedinho, mano.
Wait.
Pera aí. Deu aquela bugada gráfica de volta. Que acontece, não sei o porquê. Uma hora voltou normal. Ou já voltou.
I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea. I will always be with you. Plant your roots in me. See you in his ashes. You're all diamonds.
We're not burying them at sea. What then?
We'll make diamonds from their ashes. Take them into battle with us.
A shining light to our brothers in arms, even in death.
We are diamond dogs.
Agora beijo, ele acabou de dar uma linguada na cinza. Acho que não quer um beijo. Mas não sei o que acontece disso do gráfico do nada ficar zoado, daí fica rodando a 2 FPS o jogo. Primeira vez que deu em uma cutscene. Eu ainda tô na real. Olha a cara do cara, tá querendo um beijinho. Mas agora a gente tem um diamante na tag. Eu vou voltar pro menu pra ver se melhora. Que tá bugado ainda. Tanto que na live parece que deve estar mais travado ainda do que pra mim. Não, ainda tá bugado. Meu irmão, o que aconteceu? Opa, desbugou. Aí. Agora tá normal.
Boss, I don't know how you do it.
Ah, mas de novo?
All I could do was obsess
É, de
over
novo.
revenge, doubting my comrades along the way. But even after all we've accomplished, the phantom pain never let up. If anything, it just got worse. But you understood that from the start, didn't you?
Mas o cara queria um beijinho, tadinho.
In that hospital, you knew it wouldn't go away. Yet you've been fighting the pain and confronting your phantoms the whole
O cara está caducando.
knowing full well the battle would never end, not till the day you die. I respect that now, more than ever. It's an honor and a privilege, Big Boss.
Tá, vamos voltar. Vamos ver fita. São 5 fitas. Uma é música. Ah, tem mais um ainda. Aqui, interrogando Huey. Vamos voltar pra Mother Base primeiro. Que eu acho que talvez é uma boa terminar a live, então vai dar 3 horas já. Que falta bem pouco agora pro jogo acabar. Só que é aquilo, tem que ficar fazendo uns negocinhos assim pra finalmente aparecer a missão. Por isso acaba demorando um pouco a mais do que só ir direto na missão. Então eu vou ouvir essas últimas fitas. É pouco de qualquer forma. Aí eu volto pro helicóptero e daí eu termino a live. Aqui.
Well, Doctor, I have the report on the incident at the quarantine facility. Assuming the vocal cord parasite evolved, I'm sorry,
Diamante.
a mutation. The only plausible explanations are exposure to some high concentration mutagen or radiation. As you know, some of the staff at the quarantine facility were infected with the parasites. The Wolbachia prevented them from copulating, but the parasites themselves can't be removed from their host's vocal cords. Once you're infected with Skullface's parting gift, you're stuck with it. The researchers regularly used X-ray equipment to monitor the parasites in their throats. No problem
Caso você
there,
tenha...
they kept a close
Ah não,
eye
tô
on
relendo, eu que
radiation
tô
doses.
caducando agora.
But that equipment didn't just give off X-rays. It was also emitting beta rays. Even though that's unnecessary for the scans. See, beta rays have far worse effects on DNA than X-rays. Meaning the only logical conclusion is that someone added in a beta ray emitter to trigger a mutation. Those beta rays leaked out from inside the equipment. Because the emitter was retrofitted, the shielding was inadequate. And the person who ordered and inspected the equipment was you, Doctor.
A única pessoa que podia fazer isso é obviamente o Huey.
The only person with the opportunity to install that emitter.
So now you're saying I sabotaged medical equipment for some wild plan to make the vocal cord parasite kill everyone?
Or maybe you thought it'd reveal a way to treat the parasite without using the Wolbachia. With that much to barter, I suppose some people would welcome even a pathetic cur like you.
Just stop it!
You'd have no shortage of buyers, but most would be happy with just the parasite. You wouldn't need to offer anything else. However, if that buyer already knew about the parasite, they'd also know that by itself, it's no longer the ultimate bargaining chip it once was. To sell to that buyer, you need to throw in a bonus. A way to one-up it. There's only one buyer who'd be after that.
Emmerich, we record all communications on Mother Base. That includes radio transmissions to and from homemade devices. You've been in frequent contact with people in America. A private biotech company. A client of which is DARPA. And they are connected to Cypher. You made a deal with Cypher. You offered them a new parasite in exchange for your safety. This is the only place in the world where the vocal cord parasite still exists. And you used it as a testing ground. Tried to resurrect their bioweapon. But your plan to obtain the parasite has failed. Your bullshit ends now. I don't think you're leaving here alive.
Eu tava falando com gente que não podia. Que aconteceu no laboratório, impulsos causados pelo parasita das cordas vocais.
12 hours after exposure to the blood of a symptomatic colleague, I found myself making my way up the stairs to this room. And I am not alone. Everyone who's infected
O cara é burro mesmo.
all come up here wanting to get outside. I know full well I mustn't leave, given the possibility I'm infected. Yet, I can't contain this urge I feel inside me, like the alcoholic who tries to make any excuse for one more drink. Every step I took up those stairs filled me with this sense of bliss. I still have all my wits about me. It took no time at all to rewire the electronic lock and open the emergency exit. Then, just as I was about to set foot outside, I finally realized what was going on. This desire for freedom is not my own, but that of the vocal cord parasites inside me. They want the ravens to feed on us, pecking us to death. Attracted by these sweet secretions, they have mutated to facilitate this. The sweet smell is powerful enough to attract even a species with such a weak nose. So, before the parasites take complete control, I must. Most of the staff in here are already infected. At least, everyone I've looked at is. Infection with this parasite causes a high fever in the pharynx. I have modified a pair of night vision goggles to react only to this temperature range. With these goggles, you can identify who is infected.
Você devia ter ido no zoológico, verdade.
Will, like me, feel compelled to make it outside. If the ravens get their meal, they'll head for land next. That cannot be allowed to happen.
Ah, mutação no laboratório e parasitas controle de pessoas. Tá, então eu vou... Vou lá pro zoológico. Vou lá pro zoológico. Deixa eu ver a paz. Eu nunca vejo ela fora entregar foto, né? Oi. Que isso, assustou? Você foi ver? Tava vendo aquele professor. Ué, posso dar coisinha? Eu posso dar. Você derrubou, filha.
Thank you.
De nada.
You were always so kind to me, Snake.
Eu só te dei o livro. Com licença agora. Qual que era a foto mesmo que eu peguei? Aqui. Porra, mas chamaram o cadeirante pra jogar bola aí é foda.
Come back again, okay, Snake?
Tá. Bigo fiz nada. Show aí então, vamos pro zoológico. Aí eu escuto as últimas duas fitas e aí termina lá. Deve ter urso, tem zebra, burro, peguei uns passarinhos.
Please select a landing zone.
Quer ver o burro?
Heading
No
to
meio.
animal conservation
Não,
platform.
não rio e o animal lá, tá bom.
The whole idea of the vocal cord parasites was that they'd only copulate once exposed to a specific language over time. But the parasites infecting our men in the laboratory laid their eggs straight away. The larvae were eating their lung tissue almost immediately. What kind of mutation was it?
Those who were infected and cured still carried the vocal cord parasites in their throats. They were still there, but the males had been rendered female by the Wolbachia, and copulation could not occur. So we thought, but it is the Wolbachia that mutated.
Not the parasites?
You remember I told you the Wolbachia attempts to maximize its number of female infected hosts?
Yes, hence the male-to-female transformation.
Precisely. But other Wolbachia strains use different methods. Cytoplasmic incompatibility, killing the males, and parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis? Aphids? Aphids use that to reproduce via females only.
Very good. The females lay their eggs without a male present, creating clones of themselves in explosive numbers. Parthenogenesis was originally a means for an organism to take maximum advantage of abundant resources by increasing its numbers. Certain strains of Wolbachia force this to occur, to create more and more infected females.
And that's why our men develop symptoms in the blink of an eye.
Wolbachia causing parthenogenesis is common in parasitic wasps. Of course, the Wolbachia I introduced to your men did not have this characteristic.
Oops.
But I believe the mutation, whatever it was, caused it to force parthenogenesis in its host, the vocal cord parasites. The Wolbachia we used to prevent egg laying became the agent of limitless reproduction.
There's something else. The symptomatic infected in the laboratory all wanted to get outside, even knowing there was napalm waiting for them out there. You said the parasites made them act that way, but parasites controlling humans. Is it possible?
Parasites altering the host's behavior is a common occurrence in the world of nature. Long ago, the vocal cord parasites had this ability. But even I never foresaw they might control humans.
Deveria ter ido com a roupa de oncinho, verdade.
You mean the researcher on the top floor. The bit about, I'm not a snail.
Yes. Among parasitic worms, there is a genus called Leucochloridium that uses snails as intermediary hosts. As you know, snails prefer dark, gloomy environments. But once parasitized by
Aí cercados, bicho selvagem.
desire to be in the light.
Quer dizer, bicho
That is
carnívoro
not all.
que ataca.
The parasitic worms thrust themselves
Marcando
into the snail's
território.
antennae, making them swell to abnormal size.
Ah não, só bugou.
Snail, meanwhile, frantically wiggles his antennae as the parasites squirm inside. The swollen, wriggling antennae soon resemble caterpillars.
I don't get it.
It is so they can be eaten by birds. Leucochloridium needs a bird as its definitive host.
Caution,
To
heavy
breed,
mist
they
anticipated.
require their snail host to be snapped up by a predator. So they make the humble snail appear to be
Poxa, achei que nem que podia fazer carinho neles, não
and
pode.
lead it to somewhere in
É
open
selvagem.
night.
So you mean the staff trying to get outside
Was so the birds could pick at them. The parasites altered their mental state, making them crave higher places and to be outdoors. I can only surmise that both the Volbachia and the parasites mutated before the ancestors of the vocal cord parasite.
Snake também é selvagem, concordo. É verdade. Aí está um ponto.
Were birds. What we saw in the laboratory was some throwback to that time. The parasites attempting to make birds their intermediary hosts.
It sounds insane.
A praying mantis that is host to a parasitic hairworm will dive into water and drown itself, just so the hairworm can lay its eggs in water. Rats infected with Toxoplasma gondii lose their instinctive caution and run right up to cats. Just some of the many ways parasites control the host.
But we're humans. Surely our minds are too complex for that.
I thought just the same. Free will is what makes us human, so it never occurred to me that the parasites could be controlling the symptomatic. But the mood, the will of a person can be easily affected by the balance of their cerebral substances. Take the toxoplasma I mentioned. It does infect humans, and it is thought the infected develop a more reckless attitude.
But to think that mutations occurred in both the Wolbachia and its parasite hosts.
Your observation is most apt. Both mutations occurring at once indicates the presence of a powerful mutagen.
I see. Keep working on narrowing down what it was.
Então é isto. Meu Deus, eu derrubei de novo o microfone. Foi 2 vezes hoje. Aí talvez eu consiga terminar amanhã. Mas não sei. E se não for amanhã, eu acho que é depois de amanhã. Eu acho. Já? Uhum. Então depende. Depende do jogo. Se o jogo vai querer ou não. Porque tem que ficar fazendo umas missõezinhas assim que não tem nada a ver agora com a história, entendeu? Fazendo os secundários lá, tudo mais. Aí aparece a principal. Mas daí é isso. Mas vou indo então. Amanhã talvez eu termine. Então é isso. Tchau, tchau.